Hello. Right, so this is another side to me. I'm big into obviously my gaming and such, but I'm also big into my movies. Probably bigger into my movies and collecting that way than I am actually on the gaming side, would you believe? So hot toys, different collectibles over the years. Some of it I've had to say goodbye to because I simply didn't have room. But I do have a lot of movies, and I do like my technology that plays them, like TVs and sound systems and whatever. So yeah, these two have just landed today. It's the Film Vault. I got most of the other ones from the first two batches. So that's Jaws, Blade Runner, Goodfellas, Scarface. I can't even remember the other ones now, but I think I got them all apart from 1914. I'm just not particularly struck on the film for some reason, but I digress. So it's the same standard affair, the same kind of flip box. These are limited to 4,000, and the Shining is limited to 6,000. Because obviously they're expecting to sell more copies of the Shining one probably. Two differences straight off the bat is in the other ones. Now I don't know this will be whether they're saving money or whether it's people prefer it this way, but in the original ones there's a little compartment up here and there would be like a crystal in there with an etched symbol or image from the film, and then on the bottom half you had like a fold out slip cover with all the DVDs, all the 4K discs kind of thing inside it, and it would open up and it would like either be 3 or 4 discs on there, and each part would have like a nice image from the film. Really, really nice. Liked it like that. Crystals, take it or leave it really, if you're going to put it on display. I didn't have all my stuff I look after, but they've now ditched that, and what they give you instead is a steelbook. And the steelbook is really, really nice. Now, the thing with this, it does make it easier if you want to put a cover on this and have this on your shelf rather than the whole big thing. So there is a benefit to that. And like I say, it is a nice steelbook as well. It sits in there. But the previous ones would have something like about that size, and it would leave space for that crystal thing to be in there. So that's your discs there. Standard, but yeah, that is a nice case for that one there. So that's your cover. Everything comes on top of there with that, which is nice because obviously that's a static from the TV screen when they're looking at the TV screen. So that's there's a bit of thought put into these. They're nice, but they should be obviously because they're a bit more expensive than what your standard kind of 4K things are. It comes with two things which I always think are a waste of money, which is the posters. I'm going to keep saying this every time I open one of these. They're a complete waste of time to me. They're cheap and it feels like you're getting something. But the problem is, especially even more so on this material, whatever card that they've used, the creasing is so hard that even if you put that out straight and put it in a frame, you can see the creasing to it. And if you were going to frame something, surely, and if you were a fan, you would buy a rolled up poster and you wouldn't have the creasing, or get somewhere to print something off. You wouldn't use these. There's no significance to actually use these. So again, it feels like you're actually getting something, so they just bang them in there. It's cheap as hell for them to do, but I would say there must be 1% of the people that actually frame or do anything with them. So to me, they're always a waste, unfortunately. They've given the stills again. This is usually a standard thing which comes with these, where you've actually got a set of cards with images and things about the film, and these are normally really nice. Yeah, so it's got like lines from it. I think these are maybe a bit of a step up compared to the first two lots that came out. These seem to be a bit better. I like how they've got the things on the back. Here, very classic line that indeed. But hopefully it's not too loud, but I've actually got the Poltergeist music on in the background. Jerry Goldsmith there. Yeah. Great film. Really like the second one as well. I thought the second one was a good sequel. And the third one we just won't talk about. Yeah, so that's really nice. So that's on the cards for tonight to watch. I don't think I got a chance to do Poltergeist and Shining back to back, but we'll see. Moving on to the Shining. Oh. It's again slip cover. And really nice box. Again, I say you can't find fault with what they actually do for the cases and stuff. Typewriter on the back, yeah, it's of 6,000. Again, it would have had the crystal, but not this time. They've changed it around. Try and grab this, but you've got, again, another nice steel book. I'm not going to try and open it with one hand, but it's just the standard discs inside, or maybe I can do it with one hand. There we go. Yeah, the maze. So again, pretty standard. But again, makes it, yeah, it's really nice. Let's say they've done really, really well with these steel books. Makes it easier if you just want to have that on your shelf, like I say, rather than the whole thing. But yeah, it's missing what would have been a crystal and a fold out. For me personally, because I've actually got copies of these films already, I would I'd probably prefer the one with the crystal thing because it's just different. Whereas if these steel books and things, I've already got a disc sat on the shelf. This one comes with the thing that holds all its cards and that, with all the print off that obviously is typing away when he's starting to go a bit nuts. So again, that's nice. And again, two posters. One of them's double-sided. I don't know, for those few people out there that are actually going to use them. But yeah, you get two of them again. And then you get like your small lobby stills again. And again, your lines. Yeah. Scatman. Actually, reminds me, an example. I actually have that photo signed, and I think even wrote on there like your money's no good here or something like that. But again, ran out of room to display stuff I have. But yeah, it's a nice signature thing I've got upstairs. And Stanley, the mad genius. Yeah, again, really nice little things. But as I say, most time, obviously, you're going to have it sat on your shelf. And when these slip covers are on, they do look nice. Again, let's see if this is possible to try and do this. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any luck with this. This is where I need an assistant. No, I give up. But basically that's on there, and that image comes through here because there's only the shining part on there which comes through. So they do look nice on the shelf. And then the Poltergeist one as well. For the fans, but certainly for myself, these were an instant buy, must have, to go with my other ones. There is a few more which I'm hoping they're going to do, but it all come down to sales. If these sell really well, then obviously they'll do more. I know, I think the hardest one to get still is Blade Runner. That was going for crazy money, and I think after that was probably Jaws. I think Jaws was the second hardest one to get after that. And the pair of them were going for like obviously more money than what they originally were when they came out. But I think Blade Runner went quite crazy with that one. Obviously fans would like a re-release, but I'm hoping it doesn't because it keeps the price up on the one I've got. Anyway, so there you go. Bye.